Good morning, traders, and welcome to the opening trade. I am Ayla. All right. Before we get started, don't forget to first read and understand our disclosures found by both link and text in the description of this video. All right, let's take a look at our current simulated account balance. I'm going to drag that over here. All right, here we go. Simulated the opening trade. Here's our cash value, and these last three columns will change if you see our automated trades or take the manual trades today. So let's take a look at the 90-day backtest results for the automated trades we could potentially see in this live stream later. So let's take a look. The first one we're going to look at here is going to be for the NQ, which is the NASDAQ futures. There we go. Here we have the 90-day date range, our max drawdown, our gross loss, our gross profit, and our total net profit. So that is quite a great strategy there. All right, now let's take a look at the other strategy we could potentially see later in this live stream, and that's going to be on the ES, which is the S&P 500. Here's our 90-day date range, the max drawdown, gross loss, gross profit, and total net profit. All right. So we know that there's a lot happening today. Today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Fed Chair Powell testifies, and the wholesale inventories month-over-month report comes out. And then tentative today, the IBD PIPP Economic Optimism Report will be released. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Consumer Credit month-over-month coming out. So, with the Fed Chair Powell testifying today, we might not do any manual trades, just depending on what the market is reflecting. So we will see if the parameters are met. We could see the first two automated trades 10 minutes after the New York Open, as long as the indications are met. So what other news do we need to be aware of? So tomorrow we have at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the ADP non-farm employment change report will be coming out. 15 minutes later at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, the trade balance report will come out. Excuse me. Again, tomorrow at 10 a.m., the Fed Chair Powell testifies, and the U.S. job openings report comes out. At 10:30 Eastern Standard tomorrow, we see the crude oil inventories report, and in the afternoon at 1:01 Eastern Standard Time, we have the 10-year bond auction. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the beige book coming out, and those will be the reports for tomorrow. The other big things we're looking at and need to keep an eye on as the week goes on is on Friday. We do have at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time the average hourly earnings month-over-month report, followed with the non-farm employment change and unemployment rate coming out. So we need to keep an eye on those things as the week progresses. All right, so we have less than 4 minutes before we see the New York open. So let's take a look at our chart. Here is the S&P 500, and we can see it is a little bit, well, it's a little bit below the 200 period EMA there, and we can see on the next chart, which is the NQ, so NASDAQ futures, we see that the market has pulled down below the 200 period EMA finally, and then we're going to take a look here at the Dow, which will give it a little bit more room. Right up there, we can see it has also pulled down below the 200 period EMA. The 200 period EMA is the white dashed line if you are unfamiliar. Here is the Russell 2000 futures, and it is dipping below the 200 period EMA currently as well. And we are seeing here on crude oil, it is very close to the 200 period EMA. It's quite close to that. Might even be hitting it when the candle closes. Okay, so we have less than 2 minutes before we see the New York markets open. We would like to thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Our systems are automated and they are live when enabled by the user. They run in the U.S. equity futures markets, and we have free trials to these automated trading systems on our website at theopeningtrade.com. Don't forget to read and understand all associated risks listed on our website and in this video description. Okay, so let's take a look at the news here. One second session. All right, U.S. says to announce antitrust enforcement action amid expectation of a lawsuit against JetBlue. Well, isn't that interesting? ICE lowers Black Knight valuation, says will litigate to save the deal. Tetra Tech wins $105 million EPA watershed assessment and protection BPA. Vortex Energy signs letter agreement to save. No, all right, let's scrap that and start over. Vortex Energy signs letter agreement to buy Blue Ocean Salt. U.S. gasoline sales have likely topped out. Okay, so right now is the New York Open. We're seeing movement here on the S&P as it further goes below the 200 period EMA. So let's take a look at what the other charts are seeing currently. Here we're seeing a move on the NASDAQ. It is currently an open candle, so it looks like it's trying to come back to the 200 period EMA, but the candle is open, so we don't know until the candle closes really if it's going to be red or green. All right, so let's take a look at the Dow. Here's the Dow. We see that it's coming back It's trying to find the support to come back up to the 200 period EMA line. All right, so here on the Russell, we can see we're very far from the 200 period EMA. The candle is open. So when this candle closes, there's no good trade right now on the crude oil. It's too close to the 200 period EMA. So here we're watching Russell. We're quite far away from the 200 period EMA, which is the white dotted line. When the candle closes, we're going to see if it is going to be truly red or truly green. Hmm? Hmm? All right, so it closed in red. Let's take a look here at our other chart. Here we're looking at the S&P. And we see it's moving down far below the 200 period EMA. And this is the NQ. It's on its way back. Here is the Dow and the Russell. Okay, so we have a few minutes before our first two automated trades. Our first two automated trades go off 10 minutes before the 10 minutes after the market has opened. So we would like to thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. All right, DraftKings. If you're into online betting, that might be interesting. DraftKings plans to launch online sports betting service in the state of Massachusetts. So that's quite exciting. They must be expanding their reach there with their online betting. Versic Analytics sets a 2.5 billion accelerated stock buyback, and their ticker is VRS. So here let's take a look at the crude oil. We're too close to the 200 period EMA. Here we are on the Russell. Hmm? Hmm? Okay. So here we're seeing that the candles have all turned red. The current candle is still open, so we don't know. So we see that Down here it has changed to green. Maybe it could possibly change to a green candle when it closes. So we have less than 4 minutes before we could see our first two automated trades take place, and that is going to be on the ES and the NQ, as long as the indicators are met for the automated trade. And crude oil went up and it hit the 200 period EMA there we're seeing. And then now it is trying to come back down below it. Here is the Russell, the Dow, the NASDAQ is gone to the 200 period. EMA is pulling above. We have less, and the S&P 500 is still quite a little bit below by, roughly 6 or so points. So we have less than 3 minutes before we will see our automated trades take place as long as the indicators are met. So let's take a look at the news. Healthcare stocks advanced pre-bells today. Financial stocks lean lower pre-market today. North Fork Southern says conductor fatally injured in Cleveland. That is horrible news. Collective Mining highlights assay results from 3 underground drill holes at Olympus target. Texas Instruments incorporate files prospectus supplement related to a potential two-part note offering SEC filing. Alone and Wiz announced exclusive partnership to deliver end-to-end cloud security. If you're looking at the chart, you will see the NASDAQ is shot up over the 200 there, and now it's trying to come back down, but again, that's an open candle, so we won't know what its true color is until the candle has closed. We have and look, there we go. Crude oil has jumped down below the 200 period EMA by almost a whole point. So we have less than a minute before we see our first two automated trades here, and still it would take place on the ES, which is the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. Again, this is on the U.S. futures market. So we'll leave our chart here on the ES to see if it takes an automated trade. If it does not, we will flip over to the NQ. All right, so it did not take an automated trade, and nor did the NASDAQ. So the indicators were not met. This is not quite a bit of a surprise considering that the Fed Chair Powell testifies today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so here we have the crude oil chart, the Russell, here's the YM, the NASDAQ, and the S&P. So we're going to take a look at these charts here for a second. Here's the NASDAQ. So we have an indicator of green, so we're going to buy market
Order
here. So I'm doing a manual trade. I'll bring this to right there. If I can grab it. I need to expand. So I'm doing a manual trade. Try to make it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing here. I'll expand my chart a little bit. All right, so I have chosen for myself to go into a manual trade. That's what we're watching here. It has time, so let's look at our charts. There's the MQ. Look at our trade. We're going to stay in this trade until it turns around and becomes positive. Let's take a look at the crude oil. All right, so we are in this trade. All right, let's take a look here. Here the crude oil is trying to come back up to the 200 period EMA, but we don't know if it is really on its way back until the candle closes. So this is a manual trade we're in. Let's see how it's done. All right, let's take a look. Oh, they're starting to go. Here we have crude oils. We are in a current trade on the S&P. NASDAQ is too close to the 200 period EMA. Let's take a look at our automated trade here. All right. So once I see it go up to $100, I'm going to move my stop loss up. All right, and turning around. So let's just keep an eye on it. All right, so what's happening in the news? York Water's quarter 4 earnings revenue increases. TSX splits as mining and energy shares fall on China demand concerns. All right, so we're seeing it come up. We need it to keep on going up. So let's take a look what's happening elsewhere. And we're seeing all of the charts here. So we're in this trade. We're waiting for this trade to move up. So let's take a look at the news. All right, recycly. So battery material says demonstration plant production bulk quantities of battery grade lithium carbonate. All right, we're watching it go up. That's great. Back to the chart. I'm gonna trail the market here in a second. All right, so again, I am doing what feels comfortable for me. Um, that's what you should do for yourself as well.
Stop filled.
So there it stop filled, and we saw a win of $75. So I probably could have gave it a bigger breathing room, but that's all right. All right, let's take a look. All right, so now we're looking at the crude oil. Let's take a look at the Russell. Here's the YM and Q.
Order filled.
All right, so let's go right back into another trade here. Okay, so I'm back in a trade again on the S&P 500. Again, this is a manual trade, so I'm going to keep my eye on it. So let's take a look at the other markets here. Crude oil. This is the Russell. Here we have the Dow. The Dow just came up to the 200 period EMA, pretty close to it. Came up over in the current candle. The candle before it, it was right below. The NASDAQ is bouncing around the 200 period EMA. Again, I went into another manual trade here on the S&P 500. So if you watched that first manual trade I did was a winner of $75. Now I'm in my second manual trade of the day and we're keeping an eye on it. Let's take a look at the crude oil market. Here is the Russell. Let's get a better view here of this Russell. Again, I am in a manual trade on the S&P 500. So I'll just keep on a little eye on that guy. Keep looking back at him. Here we're looking at the Russell. Might pop into that guy. Because the previous candle was green, the step 2 was green, the step 3 was green. Might just jump into this once the candle closes. Oh, but I do need to keep an eye on my other manual trade I'm in.
Order filled.
And there's something wrong on this chart. I see something. So now I can't turn away. Alright. I'm getting ready to manually close this trade. I don't know where my bars went. Oh, I see my problem. I did not set my chart up correctly. um, Unfortunately on this one, so I will just have to sit here and watch it myself. Assistance! Alright, let's see here.
Order filled.
I'm just gonna go ahead and close that because I have another trade I would like to look at. So the manual trade I did there did see a win of $105. Unfortunately, I did not have my bars there to assist me. I believe I had set up my chart incorrectly, but that's fine. I'm okay that I closed it manually because I and in this trade over here as well, and I needed to take a look, and I was getting nervous quite frankly. So I'm gonna move my stop loss up below the current recent swing low, just so that way while I'm looking at the other charts and possibly doing other manual trades, I don't have to be nervous like I was. Let's see if I can't get my bars back. Is it this? Hello? My 1 second here. Is it this? Hmm? Okay, so now when I do my next automated trade, or manual trade, not automated, my bars will be there. I forgot to click a button. So here we are, we're still in this trade. Let's see, we're gonna let it do its thing. Let's take a look over here at the crude oil. So what's it looking like? Alright, so let's
Order filled.
again my bars aren't there. Why are the bars not there? Alright, I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I don't know why my bar didn't show up. So I'm just gonna have to watch this one with my eyeballs. So I'm getting ready to click the close button when I see a good green profit move that I feel comfortable closing on. Oh, I see it. It didn't change it. Okay, so I didn't fix it. Unfortunately, I didn't fix this. Alright, so while I let that one, let's take a look here. I'm getting really close to hitting the close button.
Order filled.
So there I won another $130 on that one. And now let me fix this so I can have my bars next time. Goodness. Alright. So here I'm still in this manual trade on the S&P 500 futures. I've taken a couple of manual trades over here too, over here on the Russell. I've taken one trade previously on the S&P. I am in my current trade on the S&P, and I am trading using our three-step manual trading system. So I'm looking for step one to show me the candle indication in the color that I am looking for at the time to match up with step two. So if step one and step two are the same color, it's a pretty good indicator that I want to be paying attention. Maybe I want to get in on a trade. So here we're going to let this trade. It is going to be a little bit, oh, hopefully it doesn't do that again.
Stop filled.
And it stop filled, which is a, wow, that ran down really fast, which is totally okay. So I'm just gonna see what else I can get. I'm gonna get in
Order
right
filled.
here. Getting in on the crude oil. Alright, so here I'm in a trade on the crude oil. It's dropping quite fast. Everything is going to be because I'm pretty sure right now Fed Chair Powell has just, so I should not have gotten into this trade because I was not paying attention to the time. It was 1 minute before the Fed Chair Powell testifies. Um, I should not have gotten into this trade,
Stop filled.
unfortunately. And I should have moved my stop loss up to the recent price swing low. So the Fed is now speaking, so there's nothing to be done until tomorrow when, well, maybe, actually, I could try to fix this. Mhm. So the markets are just going to be looking like um, they're going to be going a little nuts right now while the Fed Chair Powell is testifying. So we will be back tomorrow. And thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. We greatly appreciate it. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.